Hey everybody, I am your girl, Miss Nicole Tyler. I am here. Okay, today is June 20th, 2020. I am here. Happy Juneteenth weekend. Yes, I am in the damn building. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. I thought I should play time, okay? Because it's time I come back on here to show my beautiful face, okay? How y'all doing today? Yes, listening to Time by sweet Miss Nicole Tyler. Go out there and get my damn EP, the Shire Nicole Project, and this song is called Time because I'm here and it's time for me to come back today. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to be here tomorrow, but guess what? Tomorrow is not promised to no damn body. I'm here right now. Okay. How y'all doing out there today? Yes, yes, yes. I'm in a great mood. I'm out of the house. I'm out of the house. I'm still working, y'all. I'm still working, but I have not been on because I am just affected by everything that's going on in the damn world, okay? And I don't feel like coming up here calling a bunch of people out of their damn name, okay? When there's much pressing things going on in the damn world, okay? Now, I am the ruler, okay? I'm the ruler. I've pressed all these hoes on here before. So I don't have to keep on continuously coming on here pressing these same damn bum people. I said it. Okay. They don't require all of my time like that for real, for real. Okay. You all know they bums. I said it. So why do I have to keep on putting it in your damn brain that they bums? Okay. If you all ain't got it by now, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's something to do with y'all. Okay. I am not a master or a massa to where I have to 400 years keep on brainwashing and manipulating a people. I don't have to do that to my damn hearts and roses over here. They bums. Duh. There's other things to talk about in the damn world or on my damn channel. Okay? I am not a massa. Okay, there are other things going on. Get into it. Let me cut up the song time. Hello, hello, hello. I'm in the building. I'm here. Okay? I am here. I don't have to come up here all the time and do the same bum stuff. Okay? So yeah, so I'm doing fine. People was asking for me. People were praying for me. I had people out there praying for Miss Nicole, y'all. Where are you? Somebody even sent me a message and said, just send some smoke signals in the sky. They used one of my lines, okay. They said, send some smoke signals, Miss Nicole. We gonna come and save you wherever the hell you at. We need to see your face. We got 911. They trying to defund that. Okay, so y'all can't call them. You can't call the military. I guess y'all just gonna have to go get you some gas and get in your car and follow the smoke signals to wherever the hell they thought I was, and they gonna come and rescue Miss Nicole Tyler. Okay, I want to thank all those people out there that wanted to come and rescue me. Okay, but I am just doing great, y'all. I'm just really into all the things that's going on in the world. Politically, they turned down the statues. They want to defund the police. Black Lives Matter has been infiltrated, like I told y'all. See, let me tell y'all. Let me cut on a little air. I've already told y'all a lot of this stuff. You know, I'm just not into keep on reiterating things to a bunch of grown people. I said it. I'm not into that. I'm not into keep on up here. Like I said, I'm not no massa like 400 years and all. I'm not there to keep on telling people what the hell going on in the streets. I'm not going to do it today, and I'm not going to keep doing it. If I've already, a lot of the information, y'all, whoever rock with Miss Nicole Tyler, the news was saying stuff after I said it. Get into it. I'm a very smart, educated woman. Get into it. A lot of the stuff I was saying before the news got to it. Like some of the stuff is not rocket scientists. That's why the good books and the good books tell you all. If you don't know your history, then you're deemed to repeat bad history. You're gonna repeat history. Okay, if you don't know the hell going on. See, I already seen all of this stuff from 8 and 10 and hundreds and stuff years ago. So I'm like, oh, they doing this all over again. See, I was already up on the game already because I am into history. I am in tune to what's going on. I can't put things together and go, okay, this is from that time. Oh, they done went back to that and doing that 80 years ago. They did this and that. They doing it again today. Okay, the numbers coincide with 2012 is 2020. Okay, get into it, Miss Nicole Tyler, dropping the scientists from what the ancestors put it into my brain. Hopefully they putting it in y'all damn brain. And then it's just annoying when people can't put it together. And it's annoying for me because people think, oh, Lord, she's dumb, she's ignorant, she don't know what the hell she's talking about. And then I'm sitting up here saying, oh, I talked about that weeks ago. Oh, I said this 800 videos ago. Oh, I said this how many videos ago. And so it gets annoying for a person like me to keep on saying things that I've already said that people just picking up today. Y'all get what I'm telling y'all? I'm Miss Nicole Tyler. Get into it. Get into it. Some of the stuff on the news, I done been saying the damn shit. Hate to be cursing. Happy Juneteenth weekend. Okay, before they even was saying this stuff. And I'm like, oh. So it's like, I have to give my own self roses before I go. Because nobody understands me, don't want to understand me, and want to keep putting me down, keep sending me negative messages over here. And I got to toot my own horn over here for myself. Because I know what I'm working with over here mentally. I know what I'm working with. I know I can put things together. And then people won't believe none that I'm saying. So it's like when you're that blessed in your mind, when the ancestors come and tell you things, they say, Nicole, it's a no for today. Nicole, it's a no for today. Again, no, it's a hell no. Don't get on the line. Don't go do nothing. You done already put the stuff out there. If people don't listen to you, then let them don't listen. Nicole, I need you to go get back in the books and study. I need you to go to the Bible scriptures and read what the Bible and said on this day, this is going to happen. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. What the Bible then told me, what the ancestors told me to do. So that's what I've been doing. I just been working, reading, watching the news, watching some of my brothers and sisters who are in tune with what's going on, watching what their sentiments are regarding what's going on. Some people are spiritually inclined. Some people are just inclined to talk about the news as it is and give their opinions. Some people are spiritually inclined, far as the ancestors telling them things. Okay, so I fall in those categories with those people. When it comes to this sector, a lot of the people in our sector, unfortunately, they have made it a YouTube plantation. I said it, get into what Miss Nicole Tyler said. They done made it a YouTube plantation for themselves. I'm going to break that down. You ain't never heard nobody say YouTube plantation to the day. Get into it. Get into what the hell I just said. Let me say it again, because I told the ancestors when they told me about the YouTube plantation, I said I'm not going to say that to them people. I think that's kind of embarrassing and disrespectful. The ancestors say that what the hell it is. That you done created in this sector, a YouTube plantation. I said I don't like that. They said I don't, well. Do you want to be on a YouTube plantation? Do you want to be on it when you want to do what you want to do? Do you want to have your land and come on here and be yourself, or you want people to tell you what to do and what the hell to talk about? Nicole Tyler said, oh yeah, you're right. Do you want to be, don't you want to be your little black self? Or you want somebody manipulating you to tell you to call all these people bitches and whores, which we know half of them are. Get into it. So I don't have to come on here. Unfortunately, to be in this sector, you have a lot of people egging on bad behavior like I have presented on my damn channel. That I can't go and tell people who are educated, who are professionals to go and check out my channel, because I have subjected my damn self to some of the bad behavior. Get into it. Okay? So there's a time to come and call people out their name, and it's a time to digress and say, oh, been they done that. Get into it. It's a time to be yourself, have something to stand for and talk about, and a time to say, been they done that. You ain't working with nothing. You ain't giving me nothing to work on with in this sector. I'm not impressed. I'm not inspired when I see the same old rhetoric over and over again, and you have a lot of the subscribers who exit on. They're planted in different sectors. They're planted in different chat rooms to make the content creator be their lower self, like I have been a lot of times on my platform. But aren't we all created in God's image? Why do we have to keep on when we see it planted in the damn chat room? We have to succumb to such low vibration. So every now and then, Mr. Nicole Tyler don't want to come on here. I got to make myself come on here to go low like that when I know I'm not low like that. I know when I walk in the room, oh, the demons scatter. See, I know that about myself. See, I know that about me. I know that when I walk in the room, the angels and everything gonna stand the hell up for Miss Nicole Tyler. And I know the demons gotta run away. See, that's what a lot of people in this sector don't know about their own damn selves. So they have succumbed to a lot of the subscribers who are paying them to be their low selves. So when you say you want reparations, they could say, that's the woman that want reparations. That's the dude that want reparations. That's out there looting and killing and doing all these things. You mean to tell me the person that had their foot on the neck, he need reparations? The person who got shot in the back, he need reparations? So that you can question that behavior when you got these people in your sector, in your chat room, getting you to act out of character. So that you can't get what's owed to you. Am I preaching? Am I making any damn sense? Because I probably won't be back up here till next damn Saturday. Get into it. So that's why I ain't been on here. I'm not impressed. I'm not inspired. And there's some things I can say about all other ones out here in the sector that, I just sit back and watch. Like specifically Queen Gina, Queen of Talk, with this light-skinned talk that she put out, calling Phi Babe black and dark and all this kind of stuff. And, I had some things to say to Miss Gina. I had some things to say to Miss Gina, right? I had some things to say. Because I was like, you can't come up here bragging about being light-skinned, but you black as hell like me. And none of your light-skinnedness have worked. None of it have worked. You up here with the likes of black me, needing reparations like me. Your light-skinnedness have not afforded you nothing. You're a beggar. You're a scammer. You are lower than me because I don't have to beg and scam. I don't have to come up here on the plantation if I don't want to. Get into it. I don't have to lie on my kids if I don't want to. I didn't have to open my legs for Nikes, and I didn't have to open up my legs for monies, for Xboxes. See, my brown skin, I didn't have to go that low, Gina, Queen of Talk. So when you get all upset and have these low vibrational people like Tracy, get you all upset to where you talk with nonsense and bullshit, you look like a damn fool. You look like a fool. You don't look like no queen. That you can't digress and pull back, and that you can't make yourself the same as your sister Phi Babe, being that you light skinned or dark skinned. Y'all on the same damn playing field. You don't see that. Except that you sold your own vagina out, your own respect of yourself, your own pride and integrity for Xbox and tennis shoes, sis. You're light skinned, it ain't even work for you. It ain't work for you. It didn't afford you a husband that you can talk, that you have in your life now. Queen of talk, Gina, queen of talk. You are an embarrassment of the sector. And it's only because of your mentality. It's your mentality. That you let the likes of Tracy get you all upset. Somebody who don't got no kids, who don't even got no job, who may be illiterate in departments, who don't care about anything. And you say you're a queen and she just say she's Tracy. A Tracy got you off your square. A Tracy. So, you know, these are some things that I could talk about, and I looked at and just thought about, like, did this person coming out here saying they're a queen? It's sad. So these are things that, you know, I sat back and watched while everything is going on in the world. While Black Lives Matter. Do it really matter? Do it matter to black people? How are you gonna say Black Lives Matter if it don't matter to you? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How is it gonna matter when a lot of us didn't even go to the website to see that Black Lives Matter is about lesbians and they're interested in promoting lesbianism and transgenderism? They're interested in that. When it even comes to black people, it's way at the bottom of the damn. It's way at the damn bottom of the damn website. They ain't thinking about no Black Lives Matter and police and George Floyd. And then we wonder why, after all of this looting, after all this fighting and setting things on fire and killings and lynchings, because we've had 2 black men still lynched in the middle of all of this stuff, while we ain't got nowhere. We out here Black Lives Matter, and you still got 2 being lynched. Billie Holiday strange fruit. Get into it. You still got people being shot. You got black police officers being shot and killed. Where's the black man? Where is that black police officer's picture? Where's the mural at? I'll wait. That go to show you, do black lives really matter? Because what I'm telling you, if anybody black on this in this thread right now, I ain't talking about the black lives. I'm talking about, do your black life matter to you? Because what have I said over the course of the 2 years? Be the change you want to see. If everybody be the change they want to see, we may get some damn well. If I say I don't want to be dead in the street, then I'm going to change that for me. Then once we all get on that same playing field in our mind, then maybe the black life going to really matter. To where we won't be out there tearing down some damn statues. Because the statues, that should be way at the bottom of the damn list. Ain't nobody worried about no damn statue. I need the land that was promised to me. And I need my damn mule that was promised to me, that was taken from me by Andrew Johnson. I know what I need. That's what I need. The statues and the fun. Okay, that need to be at the bottom of the damn list. I need my money. We've taken that eye off the ball so many times that DACA that came up here and got some new damn rights, and LGBTQ that came up here and got some new damn rights by a damn Kenyan American. I said it. Ain't no African American Barack Obama. It's Kenyan American. I said it. Leave out the chat now. Leave out. If you don't want to believe it, I don't care. It's the truth. I don't want to hear, oh, I could have and I should have, oh, he should have and it could have and it could have. Because at the end of the day, his daughters ain't got to worry about what some of you all living in inner cities got to worry about. See, when you got somebody who's a poser and a pretender, like we got a lot of these race pimps out here and these pastors out here, they ain't thinking about your black behind. They gonna do all they can. Let me get some water. They keep you a victim and not a victor. There's money in being a victim. For them, not for you. All we've gotten all these years is you're a victim. You've been enslaved. You've been enslaved. Da 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 da. Okay. Oprah, you done gave me all these slave movies that I done paid your ass to make slave movies. To keep me in this victimhood mentality. When am I gonna rise up looking at your shit and be a victorhood mentality? So I can get some of this land that's mine that's out here. And all this money that have been put on my land, and the money that went to other Harvard colleges, and I'm still out here working and thinking I'm balling. Barely a thousandaire. Barely. But we bragging on Oprah Winfrey is a damn billionaire. All these people billionaires. Where is the Black Wall Street at today? While we out there tearing down statues. I'm not even I could care less. Somebody's telling me about some damn statues. They done sat up here and desecrated Paul Arthur Ashe statue here in Richmond, Virginia. And you know Richmond, Virginia, this is where the Civil War went down. So we got all kind of damn Confederate damn statues here. I'm like, I could care less. I don't have to live on Monument Avenue. I don't got to see the statues. But I can see some reparations. I can see some dollars. I can see some land. So if my daughter want to build a business, I can help my daughter with the business. For my grandkids and their grandkids and their grandkids, like they have done off my back. And see, that's what it's, and you know what, you got black people, oh, you're never gonna get reparations. It's the black people. You just need to get out there and work. And see, what the problem with that thinking is, when you are filled with the ancestor spirit like me, let me get some water. It ain't that easy to be walking around here working, trying to get that American dream, when something is pulling you in your spirit saying, Nicole, this ground that you walking on is yours. Don't you know that? See, I don't know where y'all from. I don't know who's in y'all background. While I'm working and take care of people, you know that land is yours, girl. They done made $1 trillion last year. You ain't get a damn of it. I could care less about Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's rice. Apparently, I mean, what I would say about that is, I have no problem with seeing them black people on the box. It don't represent slavery to me. Because guess what? We ain't even getting the money off of that. We ain't getting the money off of that. At least there's a little bit of representation. At least there's a little bit of representation. See, black people, y'all, I don't know who y'all ancestors were. I don't know why y'all are so, they got so conditioned in this here world right here. I don't know, to where you just confused. To where you done took the ball off of your land, your money, your land that you own, and putting it into tearing down statues, defunding the police, and taking Aunt Jemima off a box. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And see, that's why I'm like, why should I go on there? What the hell I'm going to talk about? These people don't want to hear this. These people don't want to hear this. They want you to tear down your sisters and your brothers. That is what some of the non-white subscribers want to see. While they go back home and their median income is around $100,000 or more, and your median income is around $200 as a whole damn race of people. You only worth $200 each person. And on the low end, it's $8 a person. While some of y'all non-white people, y'all can go back to y'all real lives. Y'all done watched us like we in a zoo. Are y'all hearing what the hell I'm talking about? I'm all over the place. Get into it. If you can't stand it and you don't understand, get the hell out the chat. Anybody making you stay here? Nobody making you stay here. I be damn if I'm gonna keep being on some damn plantation, a YouTube plantation, where people are dictating the hell I should talk about. Get it and understand it. If you ain't up here for me, leave. It's simple as that. Because the little thousands that I do got in my bank account, I ain't got to be up here. I don't got to get the super chats. I don't got to get the cash apps. And when I get them, I give it away to other people. See, I can do that. I just donate it and give it away. Get into it. I'm a little philanthropist on the low. Like I've been being all most of my life. So I don't have to be up here. Keep being my low vibrational self to make people happy. Like I'm really in a zoo. When there's other things out here that we could be talking about, we could be aggregating together, coming together as a people, and getting some solutions down and done. Ain't no damn well. I don't understand why people are in a chat room for hours upon hours calling people's jobs, calling CPS on people. These people don't got kids. Ain't nowhere in the world. Something is wrong with some of us out here. Something on YouTube. I'm going to just stick with the sector now. Something is wrong with people. And then outside in the world, people are being murdered in the streets and hung on trees. So something is wrong with people when they find that entertaining. When they are so disconnected from what the hell going on in the real world. It don't make no sense. Do you know what's going on YouTube? Hell no. I don't know what's going on YouTube. What the hell I need to know about with Rita and all this book? I don't care what's going on with these people. These people don't know what's going on in their cities. I said it. Why is it I'm way in Virginia and I know what the hell some of the stuff going on in Baltimore? You got stuff going on in your city? Let somebody know what's going on in your damn city. I said it. Let somebody know how you feel what's going on in the world. Are you that much on the plantation that you have to talk about these things because that's where you getting your income from? You got to be your low vibrational self so much to tell somebody else down that you are disconnected from what's going on in the real world. You have to come down here and say, I'm going to call somebody's job. Or I need somebody's address. What the hell that's going to do for you? And you got all these people cheering it on. And you think I want to keep coming on here? I'll be up here next Saturday. I'll see y'all next Saturday. I said it. I'll see you next Saturday. I'm done with it. I'm done with it because I'm affected by it. And I have no other choice because my ancestors who have gone to glory is pulling on my spirit. Pulling on my spirit every day. Whenever things go on in the world, the ancestors pull on me to sit my ass down. I don't understand how other black people are not affected in the sector. I don't understand it. But at the same time, Some people are not as spiritual like me. So it's maybe not their fault. Because they got to keep on the plantation. They got to get that cotton for massa. To where they get majority of the money and you ain't. You seeing a little bit. I said it. All right. No, I don't know nothing about Nature Boy. Do Nature Boy know Nicole Taylor? Somebody said something about Nature Boy. Did you tell Nature Boy about me? Let Nature Boy know about me, and then maybe me and him could get together. I don't know about him. Hi, Summer Grace. Good vibes flowing. Keep it real. Unity is powerful. Thank you, Summer Grace. How much do you donate to MAGA? If I told you how much I've donated, what's that going to do for you, Shell? And actually, I have not donated to MAGA because they already got billions of dollars. See, Shell and Whitfield, let me tell you this, Shell. Why would I donate to people who got billions and trillions of dollars? Why would I donate to a whole set of people whose medium income is $100,000 and mine is $200 as a people? Are you listening to me, Shell Whitfield? If I told you that as a 40 million people here, all of our wealth is $200, even the millionaires, as a people is $200, why would I donate the little $200 I got to that? Do that make sense, Shell Whitfield? See, you so smart that you dumb and that you don't listen because you are one of those African Americans that tear other African American women down. That's if you are an African American person. You don't listen. You don't listen at all. A lot of you all don't listen because you all are part of those low vibrational people that like to keep it going. You like to keep arguing. You don't have no solutions, like I just stated here. And that's why I don't have to come on here every day. So that's why you won't see me till next Saturday. I don't have to come on here because I know what I'm worth. I don't have to come on here. Nicole, Kwani, and Billie Jean. You're right, Lydia Mack, and they're going to keep on going at it, and I'm not going to watch. I have not watched. I'm not going to watch. I've already been there, done that. Pooh Bear, what words have I used? Pooh Bear, what words have I used? Don't come on here trying to tell me something you don't know what I've used. Have you watched my channel, Pooh Bear? See, this is what I'm telling y'all. These people have taken my black skin for some reason and they've equated it to this. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. When have you heard me use any words from billion and trillionaires to equate to me walking on land that belongs to me, that has been taken from me? When have you heard billion and trillionaires? I'm saying things that billion and trillionaires say that I'm supposedly giving, which I have not. To my land and reparations. When have you heard me say anything like that? What I have said is that Obama is against reparations, affirmative action, and he said he's not going to apologize for slavery. Have you heard me say that? Have y'all heard me say that? Because that's true. Obama said all those things. Now, if Obama is against that and I'm for that, he's a Kenyan American. I'm an African American. My people came from slavery. Can I equate to that man? No, I can't. Can I identify with that man? No, I can't. Because I came up in public schools. We didn't even come up in the same schooling system. Can I identify with that man? No. Nobody in Obama's family, the y'all say he's African American, nobody in his family got killed. I know plenty of mothers, children that got killed in these streets. And if their boys ain't got killed in these streets, they still locked up for an ounce of weed that's now white trillionaires are making money off of weed now. Well, some of our brothers are still locked up. Have you heard, have any billionaire trillionaire said that? Did I supposedly make it make sense? See, when you all come over here to throw shots instead of making solutions, see, that's what I'm telling you all. Then y'all see these people, which I'm going to be blocking when I get off of here, because they don't come with no solutions. They know all about Kwani. They know all about what's going on in the streets, but they can't tell you nothing that's going on in the world. Okay. Pooh Bear, I don't have to come on here. If I'm talking rhetoric, you should leave. You should have been left. Well, that's great, Shell. Send me all your solutions, and then I'm going to do a show next Saturday when I come back. I said it, and I'm going to let everybody know your solutions. Would you like to call in, Shell, and tell some of us your solutions? 804-528-7766. I would love to hear some of your solutions, Shell Whitfield. All right, let's see if I can read anybody else. Absolutely keeping it real. That's right. Thank you. That's right. I have, y'all know what, speaking of the churches, I have not heard any of the churches speak out since they've signed that 5013C back there in 1954, and they've been able to not talk about political things anymore, political situations. I have not really heard anything from a lot of the prosperity churches, actually, the prosperity pastors. That's why I posted that on my platform yesterday, or was it the day before? Just to keep in mind that what we are going through, you all, a lot of the prosperity pastors, they are in error as well of dumb downing our people in their intelligence and making them believe that, okay, you give me all of your money and just wait for Jesus, things are going to happen. Instead of our people internalizing that and going ahead and on and getting the education, or going in front of the civil rights or the Supreme Court, not civil rights, going in front of the Supreme Court to fight for their own rights. They've given their money to pastors and seeing if the pastors are going to do it for them by waiting on Jesus. So we've seen a lot of that happen. We've seen a lot of the TD Jakes and a lot of the Creflo Dollars and a lot of these pastors. Who is that pastor that just passed away some years ago? The gay pastor. We've seen him get rich and rich and rich over time and time and time. We've seen these rich pastors get rich, and we've seen a lot of nothing done in a lot of the communities. So we just have to hold these people accountable. We have to even hold Al Sharpton accountable. We have to hold Jesse Jackson accountable for all of these things that they have put in place to keep us in a victim mentality and not a victor mentality. We have these people that keep on, that you only even see them until a black person is murdered by a white officer. You don't even see them when there's all that crime. 18 people just got murdered in Chicago 2 or 3 weeks ago. 48 people got shot and 18 people got murdered. Where was Al Sharpton at then? You don't see them when all that stuff is going down. That is why I started off by saying, does black lives really matter to you? Forget about everybody else. What does it matter to you? Make the change you want to see. Shire Whitfield, I'm waiting on you to call me to tell me about your solutions. Did you run away, Share Whitfield? 804-528-7766. Do you got solutions? You just put in the chat you got solutions. Where your solutions? Don't be scared now. You say you got these solutions. We would like to hear the solutions. I applaud you, Lydia Mack. I applaud you. I put it, you know what, because instead of, you know what, this is what I gotta say, Lydia Mack. Because instead of them putting these movies, instead of them putting a lot of these things in history books and teaching these things in school, they do have movies out from the 1930s, the 1800s, and all these pictures, and our people did write a lot of books, and our people did have newspapers, and they do have a lot of these things on television, and they do have a lot of these things on YouTube where you can, where if you are interested in some of your history that was not taught to you, you can always go on YouTube and you can always request these things. Some of these things are on Netflix and Hulu and things like that, where you can go and Google and learn about these things on your own, where you don't, because you don't, a lot of people didn't even know about Juneteenth, which I've known about it probably the last 10 or 15 years. And that is true. A lot of people did not know about Juneteenth, which I've already known. I've been knowing about that. So a lot of people are embarrassed. A lot of our people are embarrassed because instead of our people being educated, they dumb down our people. You have the school that Mike Brown went to, accreditation score supposed to be 140 points. And guess what his school's accreditation score was, y'all? Who knows the Michael Brown school accreditation score out there? If your accreditation score for your school is supposed to be 140, how many of y'all know what Michael Brown? Y'all know Mike Brown that got murdered during Obama's time, I believe. How many of you all know what school, the school he went to, which I don't know the name of the school, but I know the accreditation score. How many of y'all know the accreditation score for that school was? Somebody give me some numbers in the chat before I make this next point. How many of y'all know the accreditation score for Mike Brown school? Put some numbers in the chat and I'm gonna tell y'all what it was. The accreditation score has to do with if you are what you are teaching your students. They have to have these scores in order to even to get accreditation, in order for them to get the funding from the schools. What you are teaching the students as far as the math, the science, the reading, the English, all these kinds of things. How much grants can come into their schools to pay the teachers for the tools that these teachers need. Shell ain't called. She did not call. What are y'all talking about? Let the girl talk. She ain't called. Do anybody know what is the accreditation score for Michael Brown School? If it's supposed to be 140, that means you're the top-notch school. All your kids can read and write. Do anybody know the number of Mike Brown School? Do anybody know? Give me a number, anybody. All right, so since nobody know, if you're supposed to get 140 accreditation score for your school to get funding and things like that, guess what the school that he went to, the accreditation score, and however the school's still open, 10. You're supposed to get 140 points. That school only got 10. Nobody, how many people, black people at that school, you think they know how to read and write? If your accreditation score is 10 out of 140, y'all. That is how detrimental it is out here in these streets. If you're supposed to get 140 and all your kids are taking tests and everybody failing and you only got a 10, do you think Michael Brown had any education in his head before he got gunned down? The number is 10. The number is 10. And you all are telling me about what's going on in these streets. So that lets me know why I've said in about 100 videos ago that you got some of our black students out here that they're just passing along. They taking the test and failing them, and they passing the children along, the black children along, without no education in their head. They don't know no reading. They don't know no math. Then when they get out here, y'all, they got a diploma they can't use. There isn't really any skills in the school teaching you how to do brick masonry, teaching you how to do carpentry. There isn't any of these things inside the damn schools. So your child is being passing along. Some of the parents are on drugs. Some of the women are single. Some of the women are working 3 or 4 jobs, literally. So they don't know what the hell the kids are doing in school. Some of the kids are unruly. I said some. And you mean to tell me if you got a school, the score is only 10? Where do you see that child in 10 years from now? Mike Brown is dead. But there's many more out there that ain't dead. Where do you think those kids are going? Do y'all think that's the prison, the pipeline system that people been talking about for years? Do y'all think that's why Joe Biden and Bill Clinton sat up there and built all these prisons all those years ago? Because they had a plan for your black child? If this not Shire Whitfield, I don't want to talk. Hello?
Yes, it's Shell.
Okay, how are you? That's what I said. If it's not you, I don't want to talk. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Nicole?
I'm great, and happy Juneteenth weekend. How are you?
I'm great. So, in terms of solutions, are you talking about solutions in terms of educational solutions?
Whatever you got to offer, because everything is out on the table now. You got people pulling down statues. You got people burning, looting, killing. You still got 2 men that was lynched. You got the education woes of our children going through the system. I told you Mike Brown's the accreditation score was 10 out of 140. That's why a lot of them can't read and write, and they're in high school and they can't even pass 4th grade math. So any solutions you got, we interested in.
Well, one of them in terms of educational solutions would be inner city boarding schools, where we take our children and we teach them things that historically have not been taught to us as Black people. I know you think everything's about being a victim, but the reality is we are behind as a group for a reason. It was designed that way by white people, the kind of white people you like the president, and that was the design. And so we have to try to make up for so much lost time and so many lost opportunities. So in an inner city boarding school, we could teach our kids things like financial literacy to help us learn how money works, how to invest, what it means to have interest on a credit card, lots of things that we aren't taught. Let
me ask you a question. When it comes to a boarding school, how will that be different from the public education or a charter school?
It would be different because the children would live there and the boarding school would be in the city. So we wouldn't be taking our children out of our community, but we'd keep them in the community and we would empower them with the information that all these white kids have had for generations. So it's easy to look at our people and point the finger and look down at them and tell them what they're doing wrong and they shouldn't be doing this and that. But you wanted a solution. And I'm telling you a way to uplift our people while we accept the reality of the way we've been treated in this country and our history. This is a way to deal with these issues, to take our kids and empower them, keep them within the community so they can see their families, but also put them in an environment where there's structure. And as I said, something like it's very important that we don't have in a lot of our schools is financial literacy. That's the reason so many Black people don't have any savings and don't have any money. We don't understand how money works. And that's not because we're stupid or less than. It's because nobody taught it to us.
Okay.
So there you go with the solution. And I can tell you, and you can be a part of the solution. When you went to Subway, there was a young black man that you got into it with, and this is a young black man with a job. That's what we want our young people to do. We want them to work, and we need to have them understand how to save and invest. But you were putting him down simply because he worked at Subway.
Well, he was, well, excuse me, hold on, ma'am. I put him down because he was between the ages of 30 and 35, and also I put him down because he disrespected me. That's why I put him down, ma'am. And go ahead on. That's all I want to say is because what you are suggesting as far as the boarding schools, what I do like about that is the young man that you said that I put down who is between 30 and 35 and do not know how to respect his black sisters and elders. What I like about your solution is young men like that who are in their 30s and 35 and all this stuff who have no respect for us. In that environment that you propose, that we can save black men who are in his position, that he's at Subway and all these things. We can prevent young men from being like that, who has an attitude, who is upset and mad because of whatever situation he's in. We could prevent that attitude from going out against people like me and other people who look like him. So I do agree with your boarding school idea. I like that solution. Do you got any other solutions as far as reparations? How do you feel about the reparation situation? Let me say this before I let you answer. Somebody asked, I saw this on YouTube about 5 or some years ago, and somebody was talking about reparations, and people were saying, well, you're not going to get no lump sum of money and things like that. And I said that even if we did not get a lump sum of money, one of my solutions was what a lot of these top 500 companies that we helped build during slavery, I was thinking that they all could give us a piece of their stock. They could all have a couple of 1,000, 10,000 of us black people buy stock into that. They give us stock into that company where we come in because it's going to be ours. They made the money off of us, and what they can do is teach us how to run that damn company so that we can have a stake into it, so that we can learn about business, and we can have something to pass along to our families. That was one of the things that I posted on YouTube years ago, as far as reparations. If they're not going to give us anything financial that they need to give us stock in some of these large trillion-dollar companies. What do you have to say about, what is your idea as far as reparations? That was one of mine.
Well, I certainly like the idea of stock, but the problem with that is those are private companies. The government is not going to be able to take from a private company and give to us as a group. I support reparations. I'm not sure how they should be done. I guess I'm more in terms of that's why I was asking solutions for what, but in terms of solutions, and when I think of their systemic solutions, then we have cultural kind of things that we need to change within ourselves. So there's all these different things all mixed up into, in your topic. It's kind of messy because there's so many things we have to look at. Education, we have to look at criminal justice.
Hold on, let me cut you off for a minute, because hold on. My message, I would not say is messy. I think you are using the wrong term. I would say that it's a bit convoluted, and it's so many topics in one, because when it comes to Black African Americans and what we've gone through, and so for 400 or 500 years, it's going to be a bit convoluted because there's so many topics that we can grow into. When I say solutions, the solution is not just one solution. It's probably maybe 50,000 damn solutions. So when you got one person talking about it, yeah, it's going to be convoluted. It ain't going to be messy because you're used to that term because you've been on the YouTube streets. I would say we can use a better term, and to still... Well, I would say you can use a better term, because to me you're still inciting some type of division when you're still supposed to be here. I'm asking you for solutions and you're still throwing shots and things like that. When I asked you here to talk about solutions, why are you trying to come at me when I'm asking you about solutions? A lot of people may hear this. You don't know who this may go out to. They need to hear it, but you still want to attack me. So
no, I'm not. And
I feel that way. Am I wrong or right?
Problem. You're the one who's making it an argument. Messy is a synonym for convoluted.
I don't care. You can use a better word.
Well, okay, but I'm just telling you. My point was, I felt that your topic was unclear. Not that I'm. That's not trying to start a fight. I don't mean messy in the sense
Well,
of
this is
the
what I
way
gotta
you were
say.
using
Hold on,
messy.
Shell. This is what I gotta say for the word. The message is unclear. The message cannot be unclear because you understood what I said. Yes or no?
No, I
Did
didn't.
you?
That's
You
why
did
I
not.
asked you
You
solutions to what.
and I
Remember?
said there are many. I said there's many solutions. And I said, what it will be one of yours. I did not put no title on your solution. I said it could be whatever you want to talk about because you have solutions, whether you think
Let
it's
me ask you,
convoluted or
Nicole.
messy
I
or
want to ask
anything.
you something. How is it that as a black woman you didn't know about Juneteenth until 10 years ago? I mean, we've had Juneteenth celebrations. I mean, I'm in my 40s. I've been going to Juneteenth parades and celebrations since I was like 5 years old. How is it that you went all these years without knowing?
I did not know. I was not taught in school. I was not educated far as my mom didn't teach me. I was not educated far as the city I live in. I never had heard of it until about 10, 15 some years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
and
I
guess
gave
what?
you a
Hold on, Shell. And
solution.
let me
I'm
say
not.
this too, Shell. And if you listen to the piece, I said that there are many people who do not know about Juneteenth. And that's why I'm not going to sit up here and criticize any of my people who did not know. I'm not going to sit up here and say you're a black woman and you don't know. How is it that you do not know? Because I did not know. And I'm not going to sit up here and throw people under the bus. A lot of our people, just like you just said in your piece, there are a lot of our people who do not know nothing about credit cards. They do not know about checks and balances. But I'm not going to sit up there and be messy and throw shots at these people. That's why I asked you here for solutions, not to throw shots. I'm asking you here as a sister to, or I don't know your minority or your nationality or your race or anything. I asked you here
I'm
for
black.
solutions.
I'm a black woman, Nicole, and I'm not throwing shots. I was just literally. I mean, I'm just surprised to hear that. But I have heard you put down black people yourself. I love black
I
people.
said
I
that.
love being
And
black.
if
I
you
love us.
if you listen to my piece today, I said that I'm guilty of that as well. I've already said that
Definitely.
yes, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I have not done those things. If you listen to the piece today, you will hear me say I've done those things. So what is
Okay. Well, I appreciate.
any other solution that you may have?
I have a lot, but what I'll do is let somebody else call in. I appreciate
Well,
the
nobody else
respectful
called
conversation
in.
we were able to have. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll talk to you next time. I don't want to, I know it gets annoying when the same person stays on the call, and I don't want to annoy the chat.
All
But I
right, thank
appreciate you
you.
being very respectful today.
Thank you. And I do like that boarding school idea. I really like that boarding school idea, y'all. What do y'all think about that boarding school idea? I like that. Thank you. Stacey Robertson said she just heard about it. Now, is it me? Did it feel like Shell Whitfield was throwing shots? Is it me? And see, this is the thing about our people. I asked her on the program today to give us some solutions. And she telling me about a supposedly young man that she don't even know this man's age. To me, if you're between the ages of 30 and 35 and you are working at a restaurant or whatever the job is to where you have to cater to people or you have to deal with people, then you should know how to talk to those people that you are supposed to be taking orders from and things like that. And because Shell Whitfield, as well as many of you all did not see the way that person treated me, then automatically it's my fault for me acting like that. And for Shell Whitfield and a lot of other people who saw that interaction between myself, mainly it was me going off. I did 2 other videos where people called in and agreed and saw what happened and heard what happened in that situation. And so, in my opinion, Shell Whitfield is an agitator. I said to Shell Whitfield, because instead of you coming on here to talk about your boarding school idea, and I thought that was great, and I really liked that idea, you still wanted to throw shots, and then I still had to cover you to say, well, that man did something to me, and maybe we can prevent that from happening. See, that's how you do that, Shell Whitfield. That's how you do that. You don't sit up there and keep on taking the not listening to both sides, because that's what we're supposed to have in the United States, where you are innocent to proven guilty. That is what you're supposed to have, but you have not afforded me that luxury, Share Whitfield, because you have heard me state my case. You have heard me state my case on that matter, and you still keep on blaming it on me. And even if you have not given me the satisfaction of saying, well, Nicole, okay, I can understand it, at least you should be able to, in your mind, can see what has happened according to me, and still say, well, he could have did things differently. Nicole, you could have did things differently. That is how you solve problems. That is how you get solutions. But you don't do that. You don't get solutions when you keep on blaming a people like we have been blamed even now. Even now, 400 or 500 years, you still have our people saying, no, y'all don't deserve reparations. You just don't sell drugs. Oh, you just go to school every day. When I'm telling you that Mike Brown's school score was 10. What was he doing in school then? Why are they paying these teachers? If all your accreditation score is 10, nobody's passing any tests. Nobody's being taught to act like they are functional human beings out here, our black men. Prison pipeline is a setup. All right, we can take one more call if anybody else want to call with any solutions. I want to thank all those people out there who are saying they didn't even hear about Juneteenth, because as you can clearly hear in Share Whitfield's tone, and she's still accusing me of being uneducated in her tone. She's still accusing me of why you uneducated or black and dumb and unintelligent because I did not know about Juneteenth. And it's a lot of our people that's in the chat now saying they never heard of it. You think I'm going to be down on those people because they did not know? You think I'm going to sit up here and criticize those people, their parenting, the parenting or where they come from because they did not know? When I know a lot of people out there, their schools, the public schools, they're not doing right with the money. They're allocating it and keeping the money in their pockets and not giving it to those teachers and not giving it to those students. They're not teaching the kids. So my job is not to come up here and pounce on nobody. My job is to say, I'm not going to be coming up here every day anymore to talk about my fellow YouTubers like I once did. I'm going to take accountability. Yeah, I fed into it, but I don't want to do that anymore. If I don't got anything the way I can teach you all or enlighten y'all or bring y'all up to something so you all can go and research it for yourselves, I'm not coming up here anymore. Hello, this is Miss Nicole Tyler. Hello, how are you?
Hey, it's Cheryl again. Can I make 2 points?
Are you going to be talking about me or do you got some solutions?
Well, I want to respond to what you're saying about me.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. That's fair.
I was not trying to judge you or anyone for not knowing about Juneteenth. The reason I was surprised is where I grew up. Juneteenth is a very big deal in my city. I come from a medium-sized city with a large black population, and we have a Juneteenth celebration every year. So that's why I was a bit surprised. I wasn't trying to say you or anyone else was ignorant or stupid. That wasn't my point. You take things, you're very hostile.
Well, let me say this to you, Share Whitfield.
That wasn't my
Share Whitfield. To me, it was very condescending.
Okay, well, that's not my intent.
Okay.
And I'll tell you something. One thing I've learned in this life, Nicole, is that if you really want to understand each other, one thing you have to do is assume good intent. Just assume that people mean good, and so that way you don't get so offended by stuff. Because literally, I was just like, wow, she didn't know about Juneteenth. I know white people didn't know about it because when I went to Juneteenth celebrations, there was no white people there. So that was my intent. It wasn't to put you down. That's one thing I want to clarify. And then as to your situation at Subway with that young man, what I objected to was not what you claimed that he was rude to you. We've all experienced that in fast food restaurants. I objected to the way you fought against that young man with stereotypes. You were saying things like, I bet you're a baby daddy with 1 million kids, and I bet you're a criminal, and I bet you this. That's the type of vitriol that racists spew at us. So I was disgusted because I thought, why would a black woman use racist stereotypes to argue with a young black man? That's all.
Can I answer that question?
Well, it's not really a question.
I
It's a
mean, but can I
rhetorical
ask?
question. I'm
Can
just
I make a
explaining
statement?
my.
Let me make a statement to that.
Okay.
Since then, many people in my area have said that everything that know the young man have said, and I didn't even know this young man, have said that they know the young man and said everything I said was true. And
Okay.
so, hold on. Let me say this as well. Let me plug up the phone. I'm sorry, y'all. They said that what I said was true about that young man. And also, a lot of times you all, oh, let me cut the phone back up. Sorry, y'all. I would rather for myself to say those things to my people than to have somebody else say those things. Would you rather somebody else out of our race chastise and say things where you're out of pocket to our people, or you rather go and let them be in jail and have people say those same things to where that man, even though you might not agree with the way what I said because I was upset at the time, but what would you rather happen? A lot of times we need to tell our young people or 35-year-olds that you're wrong and that you could have handled this differently. This is a job that you've taken, or this is a school that you go to, or this is the area that you're in, and we need to be able to come to our black men or black women and say, this is not cool.
Okay. Now, will you let me respond?
Yeah, sure.
We can do that, and as elders, both you and me, we should be able to do that without engaging in racial stereotypes. You could tell a young man, I've done this before with young people at fast food restaurants. You can tell them, you know what, you have to be polite. There's a way to talk to people. You will not disrespect me. You can do that without telling someone, making fun of them for working at Subway, saying you're a baby daddy with a million kids, you are a criminal, you're a thug. Those are loaded racist terms.
Well, they want. I would say they want racist. Hold on, they want racist. Hold on, they want racist because I said that to another black person.
I said they were racist terms, Nicole.
Well, I said that. Hold on, I said that to him, and they end up being true.
Well, I don't care. That's like you didn't know those things when you said that. That's just like the police.
Well, why do you think I said? But hold on, Shire Whitfield. Why do you think I said those things?
You said them because they're stereotypes.
No, I did not. No, I did not. No. I said, no. That is not why I said those. I said those things because of the things he said to me. See, but you don't know. Hold on. You don't know that because that's not what I showed you. I showed you me acting a fool. That's why the video is called Me Acting a Fool. But I knew that from the way he came and attacked me for real initially. The way he treated me. Hold on, Shell. You was not there. You was not there. You don't know.
I don't need to be there.
Yeah, you don't need to like him. Like him.
No, that's not true.
I'm trying to tell you. Well, apparently it was true. Apparently I live in the area. Apparently I see the behavior from certain black men, the way they treated black women. Apparently I knew. Apparently I knew the way this man got different baby mamas, which he does, because I know now, because it has been told to me in my real life, and I have not put that out here. Because this man, yes, he's got a job, and I'm proud of him for having a job. But the way the way he came at me was very disrespectful, and I could tell by the way he came at me that he don't like his situation, whatever situation he was in with those other women that he laid down with and got all these damn kids. And I know that to be factual now.
Nicole, you made a lot of loaded, racially charged statements towards that young man.
Was the man white? Was the man Chinese? Was the man white? But you keep saying they're racist when I'm black and I'm talking to another black man.
Nicole, I'll say it again. Racially charged, loaded statements. Those are the things you were doing to that young man. And that's what I objected to. I have no problem with you as an elder checking a young person. We need more of that. We need more of our black elders to check. Let me say this. No, I'm not going to let you talk because I want you to not just tell me how I should be an elder and talk to him. I want you at the same time to go back and say the way he should have treated me. Now, if you're not going to go back and tell him how he should have treated me, there's no need in you trying to chastise me. If we're going to be fair,
Are we going to be
Is he
fair?
here?
Is
Is
you
this young man
are you
here?
going to be
Am I talking on the phone for him?
all
If I was
all
talking
you
to the
have
two of
is
you,
all you have is me to tell you how he
that's
treated me.
right.
Are you
So
going
I'm
to
talking to you.
you
That,
don't
if
but
I were talking to him, I would say something different. I'm talking to you, woman to woman.
but you're trying to tell me how I should have treated him instead of taking my word that he made me be the way I did.
No, you chose to be the way you did. We
And he
have
chose to be
control
what
over
he chose
ourselves
the
and
way
how
he.
we respond, Nicole.
It's not fair because you're telling me that he did not choose the way he should have treated me when I'm the one paying his salary. He the
Nicole,
one took that job.
you
That
chose
is his
the way
job
you
to treat
decided to
me.
respond.
That's and he should
You
have
chose.
and he did
And you
not
gave that
respond.
young man,
He did
and
not
you gave other
respond that.
young people. Nicole, you chose. You decided to respond in the way you did. I told you there's a number of ways you could have responded. You could have responded by taking your money back and leaving. You could have spoke to him in a stern, assertive way. You could have done
and
many
tell
things.
me what
You
he should have
chose to
did.
act a fool.
But what should have he done?
Listen, that young man.
If you're gonna, I
anybody
need
else
you to tell me what he should have done so you can get to another solution.
That young man and anybody else working in customer service.
Should we let her go on if she's not gonna tell me how he should have treated me and because I already know how I should have treated him because I've already apologized for that behavior. So there's no need for me and her to keep on going back and forth if she did not see the other two videos to where we've already talked about that. But see, this woman want to get on here and chastise me over a video that she saw, and she's not giving us any solutions for him. He is the one who been under my barrage of racist insults that he got on account of his behavior towards me. Black men are being shot in the street. Black men are being hung in the trees. Do you have anything to say about the black men that are being shot and killed on account of some of their behavior that you seen that this man gave me that I told you about? Maybe that could be a solution. Maybe that could be a solution because I don't want to hear nothing else about me. I'm a grown woman.
Nicole,
we need to talk about solutions.
You don't want to hear from me. You don't have to.
Well, then hang up then. Then hang up. Okay, she hung up because her whole issue is to stay in a situation that happened 9 and 10 months ago when we are at a place in our country to where we are tearing down statues. Our black men or our black children are not being educated. They're out here looting. They're not doing any research. And they're getting upset about something that is brewing in them that is real. They're upset that we can bring solutions to. And she want to stick to my behavior back there in Subway. Yeah, you're right. I surely will when it comes to somebody calling me to chastise me on a situation that happened 9 and 10 months ago. But I don't care about people in my chat person. I'm not coming back up on here until Saturday. So I don't care if I have one person in my chat. And then you can leave and then it'll be 69. Okay, anybody want to call in with any solutions? And if you all, let me say this about Shire Whitfield. Shire Whitfield and I, we disagree a lot because we are on different opposite sides of the spectrum. And so instead of her giving solutions, she wants to blame one black woman for the woes of the world. Instead of taking anything that she has to say and getting her own channel and showing us and telling us any solutions or telling us how she would handle things and how she does in her real life. And so when you have a person like that, and many of you all that's here today, then we are all always going to be bound to not getting reparations, poorly educated, tearing down statues, being in the streets looting, and not getting what we deserve as a people. because we can't get to any solutions until we are demand what is owed to us, just like everyone else who has. Yes, that is very true. And see, guess what? Let me say who said that. Let me say that. Marie is me. I think Margie is me. You're right, because we can't come together on anything. We can't come together. The people who we put in place, like Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson, or even the high of the Obama, the people who we put in place has not gotten us anywhere in all these years. We are putting the wrong people in place who are supposed to be our leaders, who are supposed to talk for us. And so until we change that, then and us coming together on one accord, then we're going to still be here. But it's my job to come to you all and tell you all what I've been doing for the last week, how I've been feeling for the last week, and why I'm not coming up here to argue with anybody in my sector anymore, because I don't want to. Because there's other things for us to talk about, and there's other solutions that we can get to. So that's what I'm going to do. That is my stand on YouTube. Nicole, we must restore our homes and our approach towards each other. And that is very true. I think that even with our young mothers, the ones who do have more than one child and they're by different men and things like that, it's something that we may have to do some type of mandate to where we have our black women and our young mothers go to some type of boarding school as well. Not like a boarding school situation where they can go and get some type of parenting classes or something in those parenting classes. I mean, I guess the age group could, I don't know, what would be the age group for that? Maybe 15 to 35 years old black women, that do have all these kids that's on government assistance. Maybe they do need some education. They need a new skill set. The ones that are not working and just living off the system. Maybe we need to put something in place for them so that we don't have their children doing the same, repeating the same racial stereotypes that they are doing. Maybe we do need something for the young mothers. That is true. We can't come together. We can't come together without throwing shots. We can't come together without saying, well, you did this back in 10 months ago. We can't come together without, well, we can't come together. That is true. Other side, yes, I've heard that he couldn't do a lot. And I want to say that the things that Obama did do, unfortunately, they was not for us as a people. And I think that some of the things that he did do, which was for LGBTQ, and some of the things that he did do was for DACA. And unfortunately, he did not care about reparations. He didn't even care about affirmative action, and he did not care about slavery. And I think even in his bloodline, Obama has slave owners in his background. So he comes from where they profited off of black people's the slave history. So when you got a person, he defends it. So. I mean, he in my opinion, he could not really identify with us. Like I said, he did not come from public schools. He did not come from where your school is supposed to have 140 accreditation score, and some of these schools out here has only 10. When he comes from going to private schools and things like that, and his daughters have gotten elite education, so there's no way that he can really identify with what we're going through. He can't identify with Jim Crow era. He can't really identify with Reconstruction period. He can't identify with the bombing of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and how 300 or more people were killed during that time, and millions and millions of dollars worth of property got blowed up by the government he can't identify with that, and how those people and all their businesses were diminished in one day, and they didn't get anything. No insurance, no nothing helped those people out. They had to start all over again, and unfortunately they were not able to rebuild. And I, on my platform, if you've been looking at my community feed, you'll see where I posted up a video of even our people having their own oil rigs. Well, we was actually had our own oil, and we know a lot of these oil tycoons are trillionaires, billionaires. And our people had our own oil rigs. We had our own hospitals, our own libraries, our own airports, our own cabs, our own mortuaries. We were doctors and lawyers and things like that. And unfortunately, we were not able to recover because the government did not repay. And they did not even rebuild. They did not honor any of the insurance claims at all. We even had our own manufacturing company. If you saw the video that I posted, you see where our people, we had our own manufacturing where we were producing soda. You know, look at Coca-Cola and Pepsi, Sunkist, all of these sodas that's out there today. Those people who own these manufacturing companies are billionaires. They're wealthy. Just to think, when you look back there at that video that I showed, when we seen our people had built their own manufacturing companies. We don't own no manufacturing companies today. Our people built manufacturing companies. They showed you the sodas that they were building, the bottles. They showed you they built this stuff by their hands after slavery in the early 1900s. And just to think today, we got some of our people, I've seen some of our people on YouTube. Some of our people are making, they got all these tennis shoe ideas. They don't own any manufacturing companies or anything like that. And in order for to get that shoe made like Kanye West, he got to take it to Nike. He got to take it to Adidas. He got to take it to Reebok. Now, just to think back at early 1900s when we had our own manufacturing, we can make our own tennis shoes ourselves. We would have our own, you know, Tyrones. We would have our own Nicoles, you know, on a shoe because we made it ourselves. Just to think, we don't have that nowadays. Just to think, that's why I posted that video so you all can get an idea of seeing our people at the oil rigs. And you know, oil is a big business. We use oil in everything, petroleum and everything. Just to think we had that before the government blew it up with airplanes and things like that. So that is what I am saying. Instead of, unfortunately, we have people who want to come and message because they are used to having us all at each other's throats. They are used to us arguing back and forth and saying, well, you did this, Nicole, you did that, instead of coming up here with real good solutions, which I did like that boarding school solution. Because we have to do something different. That's right. We have more wealthy Black African American people. So why do you think that's a good point? Why do you think Scorpio 34? And I've said this in my video that I did on Juneteenth. Why do you think that we don't have our own manufacturing companies today with all the millionaires that we do have? And a lot of the millionaires that we do have, they got the money from other white companies, and also in capitalism. You know, our people spend 1.10 trillion a year. So we're making the money by going to work, and then we're giving the money to these companies and making them rich, who a lot of them don't even employ us and come back to make sure the schools are good when you got a score of a 10 when it should be 140, and you got a lot of our African American brothers and sisters who are just going through the prison to pipeline system. And that's true, Shire Whitfield. That's true. They got poor money management. Yes. I think that when it comes, and I actually did address 45 I actually did address that when he wanted to hold that rally there, that I thought that it did that I thought that him holding the rally on that day and in Tulsa, it brought awareness to Juneteenth, and it brought awareness to Tulsa, Oklahoma, that maybe that can awaken some of those cells in us so that we can learn our history. Because even though a lot of people did not know about Juneteenth, a lot of people didn't even know about Tulsa, Oklahoma until 45, as you say, until 45 wanted to hold a rally there. So I think that indirectly that woke a lot of us up to learning our history about Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, Greenwood District, and Juneteenth, what happened to our people when we were, of course, the proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863, January 1st. And then who the general, what's the name, Granger, Gordon Granger, of course they wanted to still have slavery until the Union soldier Gordon Granger rode on a horse to Galveston, Texas, and saw people still out there slaving. And he had to tell them, no, I can't even believe this is going on. You all are free. And that happened in 1865 in Galveston, Texas. So a lot of people were not even aware of that. So I do indirectly have to say that 45, it did open up a lot of our eyes to that time. And so hopefully with that happening, with him letting everybody know, bringing attention to Tulsa, Oklahoma's history, dark history, and the government's dark history, that could open up those cells in us so that we can come together. The people that's there, the little people like me, can come together and have a conversation and come up with solutions and come together, aggregate any funds that we do have, and maybe so that we can go to the Supreme Court, try to get things passed. Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right about that. Yeah, that's true, Scorpio. You're right about that as well. Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna blame anything on Obama, but when it comes to Obama, you all, a lot of things are not Obama's fault, but a lot of things, in my opinion, I personally, I voted for him because he was African American, Kenyan American, and people saying, well, that is African American. But see, the difference is when I say African American and Kenyan American, I was born on this soil, ancestors of slaves, and he was not born on his soil. Ancestors is white, middle class, or they're educated, they got slavery ownership in his background. His father graduated from Harvard, all of those things. And so he was able to come here. Obama's father was able to come here, go to Harvard, get educated, and then not stay here, but he went back to Kenya. So he took his education and went back. He did not stay here to help out anybody in Chicago. And we know that Chicago has a high, amongst a lot of black cities in the United States, have a high case of course, crimes and gangs and low education and poverty and things like that. As far as some black people, not all. No, I'm not talking bad about Obama. I'm telling you the truth about Obama. To the table. Thank you, Summer Grace. It's clear that African Americans are still fighting the American dream. Unity is powerful. And you're right about that. All right, we'll do one more phone call if anybody got any other solutions, and then we'll go. Let me put back on my song. And I want to thank all of you all for coming over here. I want to thank all of you all for letting me get my little commentary out. I hope that in my commentary that you all saying, let me go and do my investigation and see what the hell Nicole Tyler is talking about today. Let me do my research. Let me do some homework. Let me investigate some of this history and see why everything that's going on in our United States is happening, because a lot of people don't know what's going on, believe it or not. And it's also unfortunate that I was watching something last night on YouTube, and I saw a whole lot of white Americans who did not know anything about black Americans. You still got a lot of white Americans out here, you all, who think that we're very, very poor. We don't know how to read. We don't know how to drive. We don't have no driver's license. We can't get to the voting polls. Everything was taken from us. They think that we really are just downtrodden. They think that we really are in a third world country in our little section. There is a lot of white people who don't know anything about any of our inventions. They still think that we are on cotton plantations. It is a lot of white people out there, not all, but some, that still don't know any of our history. They don't know any of our contributions to America. They don't know that for 400 years, 300 or 400 years, it wasn't nothing but two races here, which was black and white. And then other people migrated here. They don't know that. So, and it is sad that a lot of white, so when you see the white people, a lot of people, it's your fault, white people. No, it ain't all white people's fault. It's just that you got some white elite people who have put things and provisions in place for us not to get ahead at all, to the point where they have killed and murdered us and put all these laws in place for us not to get any education, not to learn how to read, to just they even put it in the Constitution that, we're emancipated until you get arrested. Once you get arrested, people still don't know that to this day. That is still today, that once you get arrested, you're back into slavery. You got people who still don't know that about the Constitution. Even any of us black people that are in my chat today, I don't care if it's 10 people here. If it's 5 of y'all here and you don't know that it says in the Constitution that, you're emancipated, but if you get locked up, you're back into slavery, your rights are gone. So that's why we have a lot of our black men, 2 million, that are still locked up. They went back into slavery. That's why you had after 1863 and 1865, they were still slaves. In 1865, they were still slaves. They didn't even know. And then after that, they had to keep that cotton coming in because it was making billions and trillions of dollars that we didn't see. Then they started locking up the 8-year-olds, 9-year-old black boys, putting them in the chain gangs and working on the railroads and things like that, still putting them back into cotton fields to keep that money coming in. Because they knew once they locked you up, it says in the Constitution that you're back being a slave. So people still don't know that. Right, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, yeah. Right, you're right, systemic. And so that's what a lot of it is boiled down to, you all, where a lot of people are saying, well, we got more millionaires than we had today. That is very true. But remember, I don't know if you all were with me, because a lot of people are gone now because I had to do a lot of getting people out of the chats who, they just want me to cuss people out. But how many of y'all were with me when I was talking about Madam C.J. Walker, and how on foot this woman became a millionaire, and they were doing things by foot. They were going and going door to door selling products. She was employing a lot of other black women to sell products, and then in turn she created a school and to educate the women where they can have their own businesses. She did that with the early 1900s, right? Well, people are saying, well, y'all got so many millionaires out here now, but how many of y'all hear any about these people going to door? We got all of this internet going on. How many of y'all hear about Beyonce going door to door to teach people how to write songs, or get educated about BMI, or to teach people about the record industry? How many of y'all heard her saying, well, okay, I'm gonna have my own record company, and I'm gonna lift these people up so they could be like me, so they could come up under me, and I can leave this for my legacy? Or you just hear them saying, oh, I'm just gonna throw money at this organization, I'm just gonna throw money. Well, they get the money back. What people don't understand is when they donate 25,000 here, 30,000 there, they get the money back. It's a tax write-off. So are you really doing this because you care about your people if you just donated 25 here and 50 there? Or you really want to leave a legacy to where these people coming up under you, you can educate these people? Or you can do something better with your money, like coming back into some of the inner schools in Houston, Texas, and things like that, wherever a lot of these celebrities are from. Instead of just getting on records bragging to us that I got so much money. Look at me, I'm a billionaire. Oh, this art behind me is worth $1 million. Because that's what I'm seeing happening. Right, and they didn't even owe anything, right, Diane? They didn't even owe anything. They just took the young boys, took the grown men. They would go out, to wherever they was working in the 1900s, and didn't even come back home. A lot of our black men didn't even come back home. They just went out, they snatched them up, said they owed all this money, threw them in coal mines, where a lot of them died. They didn't even bury the men. So it's a whole lot that went down in that 400-year period that our people don't know, but a lot of people's cells are waking up. Like certain things, like with Juneteenth, certain things with Tulsa, Oklahoma, with 45 going there, woke some people up to where they said, oh, I gotta go and Google this. I need to read about this. I need to read this information. Because somehow it was not written in our books. It was not in our textbooks. A lot of us was not educated. That's right. Yeah, I noticed. I said I did a story on Madam C.J. Walker. I know she wants the first one. Yes, I do know that. Wake Bay or Woke Bay, yeah, I do know about that history, yes. Somebody said they don't want to know. Well, you know what, Diana? I think that they do want to know. I think that some of our people do want to know. That's what I think. I think that some of our people do want to know. Guess what? If you all are interested in the Bible tells you that everybody is not going to make it to heaven. That's what the Bible tells you. The Bible tells you that a lot of us are not going to get it. A lot of us are not meant to be here to make it to heaven. We're here. You're like, what? How many is supposed to? What does the Bible say? How many people are supposed to fall away before when this earth here, when the United States get blown up by nuclear fire? It talks about Babylon in the Bible. They say that the scholars say that Babylon is America. How many of y'all know that they said 2/3 of our people gonna get blown up? 2/3 of our people are not gonna go, are not gonna make it. So it's not for everybody to get it. It's not for everybody to wake up. It's not for everybody to feel it in their spirit when they walk around and have ancestors. Because I walk around and have voices talking to me. People probably say, that sound crazy, Nicole. But no, it don't be me. I have little things saying, Nicole, go right. Nicole, don't do that. I have ancestors saying things. That's your land. I have ancestors saying certain little things to me to keep me on point. Some people don't have that. Some people are separated from their spiritual side. Some people are separated. Some people just won't make it. Some people won't get it. Some people really believe in all of those millions of dollars, and I made it, you didn't. Forget you. You black, you ain't made it. Oh well, forget about you. You got some people that just think about individualism. So when you got people that think about individualism, you don't know if they know God or not, because everything is about finances, to where they gonna just leave it to their kids and their people, and they gonna die just like that. They don't know that it's supposed to be a nation building. You're supposed to teach your people. You're supposed to bring your people up with you. A lot of people don't know that. And so some of those people are not going to go make it to heaven. Yeah, okay. Well, I did hear about 4th of July, and people are not celebrating. Our people are not celebrating 4th of July. So I did hear about that. All right, y'all. So, yes, few are chosen, right? Few are chosen. Few are chosen. All right, so I supposed to been playing music. I forgot all about it. All right. I don't understand. And before I go, I want to ask anybody out there, do they feel like we should not vote for anybody, and that we should definitely, if we do get reparations, do you all feel like we need to just have our own spot, our own country, where it's just us? Do any of you all feel like that we just need to get our money once we go, and just go have our own land and do us, build it back up, have our own government? Is anybody in the chat in favor of that before I leave? So that's what I want to ask. Do anybody believe that we just keep our vote, don't vote at all, definitely try to get our reparations so we can leave? Do anybody believe that before I go? I'm in favor of that too. I'm in favor of just getting my money, let me get my land, and I'm out. I'm going, let me go. Let me go do me. Let me go build up my companies, whatever I want to do. Build up my school, whatever I want to do. Let me take my money and build up. Start from scratch. Is there anybody want to do that? Yeah, I believe so too. Okay, other side said no, I believe in voting. Okay, so you want to vote? Do you want to get your reparations? You don't want to leave? Do you want to vote then and leave? Do you want to leave the United States, or stay here? Do y'all believe in don't vote at all and just leave? Get our money, get our reparations, fight for our reparations, and then get the hell out of the United States. Do anybody believe in that? That's right. I'm in Virginia, Robert. I'm in Virginia. Somebody said, no, I believe in voting. Somebody said, no, they don't believe in leaving. You don't want to stay. You want to stay here. Now, you know this place, I don't know what year it's going to happen, but it's going to get blowed up. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said this place going to get blowed up. Our people built this place, so we got to stay here. Okay, people died because Caucasians killed them. Yeah, that's true. So nobody wants to leave. We want to stay here. So we're going to stay here. That's what everybody want to do? Okay. Nobody want to leave. We're going to stay here, the country we built. Okay. The original American, this is our land. All right. They said they need to leave. Okay. Give us the South. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. See, why didn't anyone come back to get us and take us to the promised land where they sold us? They sold us, so that's why we didn't leave. They didn't come for us. They saw us as a kata. And we were prisoners of war. So they sold us and said, be done with the people. Somebody said, America is the promised land. We not from Africa. All right. Well, I believe that a lot of us was already over here. A lot of us are not from Africa. So I do believe that. Somebody said they're going to buy land in both places. Okay. We are in our last days. When the Bible talks about this, the Babylon being blowed up, it does talk about that in the Bible. And it does talk about a falling away. 2/3 of our people, or the Israelites, or our people are gone. That's a dual citizenship. So it does talk about that in the Bible if y'all believe in the Bible. Oh, okay. I've been here an hour. That's good. Promised land. We not from Africa. All right. All right, y'all. Okay. Original Indians. Yeah, a lot of people say we are. Well, I do know when they came here, was a lot of dark people here. Our people was already here. A lot of our people were already here. We had people come on ships and we were already here. I do believe that, yes. And some of us were shipped to Liberia. That's right. Some of us made a home over there. They sent some of us back. We wanted to leave. That's right. That is our history, that some of us are over there as well. All right. That's a good point. Jazz said we not them people. That's why they ain't come get us. That's why they ain't come back. We are different. We are special people, y'all. That's why we was able to build up over here. Come up with all those inventions and build this place up. Trying to buy my land. I know they have been trying to buy your land. You better keep your land. Don't you sell your land. All right, both. Let me see so I can leave. Biden says our reparations are contingent on Native Americans. Get them. Yeah, I heard that. I'm not for Native Americans getting our reparations because Native Americans sold slaves too. And they already have land and casinos and reservations. We're the ones who don't have that. We're the ones who all the laws have kept us down. They put a lot of laws in place for us to be kept down and poorly educated, not being able to read. And then they threw us back, some of us back in prison and took away our rights and took away our constitution, So, yeah. Then they gave us, bad music. They gave us Nicki Minaj. They gave us, stripping away our melanin. They gave us bleaching cream. Okay. They gave us, get breasts and get boobs and get butt implants to take away from our originality, ourselves. So they made us not like ourselves. And they use our own people to do it. So, I mean, it's so many things in place, distractions in place that took away from us unifying and growing and learning and getting in contact with our spiritual selves, that we now today all we do is fight and bicker amongst each other because we are so confused. All we want to do is blame, 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 blame. Instead of saying, okay, these people that we voted in, they did not do anything for us. Okay, we need a new group of people. We need a new system. We don't need people that's going to remind us that we, okay, y'all are victims. Okay, we were victims of slavery and the government. Now we need people who's going to encourage victorhood so that we are victor. We can win the victory. Win back our culture. Win back ourselves, our pride, our integrity, our culture. Who we were before we came here. What we had inside of us. They've extracted all of that out of our minds by telling us that, okay, the black men, we're going to give y'all that hood music where you wear your pants below your ass. They've given us that. Okay, they've given us hood music and they've used our black celebrities to do it. To say this is what's in, y'all. Wearing your pants below your ass. Okay. They've told us, people that look like me, you're not pretty. But guess what? You can go and get you some hair weave from the Asians. You can get some hair weave, Nicole. You know, your color ain't pretty. Use you some skin cream, lighten up your skin. Okay? They've done that. Well, your body, you know, everybody else loves your body. All the nationalities love black women's just lips in your skin, but we're going to tell you that it's ugly on you, and then we're going to take it and we're going to give it to white America or Asian America. We're going to tell you that you ugly, Nicole. Your nose is ugly. Your lips is ugly. Your skin is ugly. And then we're going to then we're going to let everybody else look like you, but you ugly. So they've done a whole number on our people. I could be here for hours talking about the things that they have done to our people, to our black women, to make our women be poor in the mind. They have poor, low self-esteem. I could just go on and on and on. Yeah, I'm not saying that they were not able to save anybody. I'm saying that if you go back and look at some of our people during slavery, during slavery, after slavery, our men dressed respectively. That's why I'm saying that word. Our men were not the type of people that sagged their pants. Our women were not the type of people that walked around boosting your boobs up and showing your behind like Lizzo. Our people were not that kind of people. Our people, we believed in raising our families and educating our families and having our own and building our own. That is the kind of people that we come from. And all of that has been extracted from our minds and out of our spirits, and we have been replaced with low self-esteem. We have been replaced with can't even read and can't even add 1 + 1. We have been replaced with being disrespectful to our elders, being disrespectful to our mothers, and our men disrespecting themselves. This is what has been extracted from us. We have been extracted to being a lower vibration of ourselves. So that when we look in the mirror, we don't even know who we are. All we know is we're upset. We're mean. We come on here, even me, I've said this early in the broadcast. I've come up here and called everybody out their names as well. I've denigrated myself to being a low vibration of myself. And my ancestors said, no, we don't like it. Right. So now this is a time in 2020 where we can all come together and put out something inspirational to inspire us, to inspire those ancestors to come back into our lives. The ones that the ancestors have just said, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this person. Now, maybe you all will see this video, and I know it's all scatterbrained, like I think Shire Whitfield said, that it's all messy. Maybe somebody can look at this video and say, well, that part was messy. I do understand that part. I don't understand that part, but I understand this part. As long as you understand something that I've said today, I've done my job. And you can take it and say, well, maybe I will do some homework. I will do some investigation. I will sit down with my children. Maybe I will let them look at something from the past so they can see how our people were. Maybe we all learn something so that we can teach our children something different than what they see on TV and what they see on video games. Okay? So it don't really even matter. What matters is that one person gets something out of the video. So that when you see it, oh, it's just so messy. I just can't understand it. Well, thank you, Scorpio. Thank you. Thank you for even being here listening to me. For today, because I'm sure I'm gonna go back into my shell after this video, and I thank all of you all for having me, letting me sit here. I'm out and about doing some things, and I thought I'd come to y'all today to let y'all know what my headspace was. We have so many problems in our community that you don't even know where to start. Even if we say the policing, even if we say crime, we say prison, we say education, that ain't just the tip of the iceberg. It's more than that. It's so much more than that we're willing to listen to, especially with COVID. We even got COVID looming over us, which I haven't even brought up in this broadcast. We even got COVID looming over our African Americans who done lost a lot of their jobs, who will not be going back to their same job that they've had for many years. We haven't even discussed that. So we got that going on in our communities. Some of our people who've been on their jobs, y'all. I keep saying I'm leaving. What about those people who had their jobs just because their jobs afforded them health care? What about those jobs that afforded them health care for their cancer medication or their HIV/AIDS medication? Now they don't have their job. They can't even get their medications anymore. Hypertension medication, diabetes medication. So we haven't even talked about that far as our people who might not be able to go back to that same job, who might got to get another job, and they don't know if they got the health care for that. We haven't even talked about health care. Well, I hope not. Well, thank you, Scorpio. I'm glad that you've been a long time subby. And you know what? A lot of people, they just can't get with Miss Nicole Tyler. But guess what? I'm not here before a short time. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand about me and YouTube. I'm not here. I'm going to be dead soon. I'm not sick of anything, but I'm going to be dead soon. I'm not here for a long time. I'm not here to keep on making everybody happy by being a low vibrational person and calling people that look like me out of their name every day like I've done before. I'm going to be gone. But at least let me get my words out so the ancestors can hear me, and anybody that can hear me can say, well, maybe I can use a little bit of that for my offspring and my children's children. If this world don't get blowed up for another 200 years, at least somebody can hear me and say, well, my people we might be here for 200 more years, Nicole. So let me at least look into some of this stuff that you're talking about for my kids, for generations to come. So I don't have to come on here. I thank all of y'all for being with me and being a long time sub. I thank all of y'all. But I do know my time is going to be up soon. I'm not sick, but I just think like that. I just think like that. I don't think that I'm going to be here forever and ever and ever. I don't think that way. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, Scorpio. Oh. Well, I have talked about going back to nursing school. It's definitely, if you I became an LPN in my 30s, and I definitely advise being an LPN first if you're in your 30s with children, because nursing school, any type of medical school, is very hard. So when you have children, you have a husband, or if you're single, I would definitely do LPN first, get that income coming in, save some money, and then go to RN or nurse practitioner. That would be what I would suggest. A lot of people would say no, go straight to RN, but RN is so hard when you have 2 or 3 kids. And you got to work and going to school. It's so hard. I worked and I went to nursing school. I went to phlebotomy school. I went to IVs, did IVs. I was a nurse. I did all kind of nursing. And it was hard for me. And I had 2 kids at the time. And I'm divorced. And it was hard for me. So that person, Scorpio, I thank you for saying that I did inspire you somewhat. I thank you for that, because some people, I have not inspired a bug. Okay? Some people, Nicole Tyler. We glad you gone, Nicole Tyler. Guess what? I'm glad I'm gone too. I'm glad I'm gone. Y'all ain't got to worry about me hearing my big mouth anymore. I'll be up here next Saturday or whenever I'm coming back. I'm glad. I'm happy. I've been very happy, but I just been really involved in what's going on in the world, y'all. Thank you, Summer Grace. I've been very involved in what's going on in the world and everything. I actually had a conversation with the congressmen, some of the black congressmen we have here in my state, and we were on a call, and I actually gave some of my my advice or some of my solutions to the congressmen this week. So God is very good. Yeah, so I was on a private call. I mean, not a private call, but a call with a lot of the citizens here where I'm at. And we were on a call, and we got to talk about some of the things we would like to see in our state. So I was doing that this week. So that's where I've been mentally not being really here on the YouTube streets, because it really just takes away from me. It extracts some of my sales by having me to keep saying, regurgitating the same old storylines, y'all. And I'm not growing. I was not growing. I'll be 49 this year. I was not growing being in this sector, going on and on about Tracy, going on and on about Sean Bradley, going on and on about Fire Babe, Miss Gina, Rita. I'm not growing like that as gonna be 49-year-old woman, when the ancestors got other stuff for me to do before I do die. So I gotta get on it. Okay, I got to get on it. It was not doing anything for Miss Nicole Tyler. So those people that I have inspired, I thank y'all for saying that. And it's not me. It's the Heavenly Father. It's not me. So I thank y'all. Music that went off again because I keep on saying I'm leaving. I keep saying I'm leaving, y'all. All right, y'all, so let me go. Why you all so jealous? Anybody out there who still want to support Nicole Tyler, I thank all of y'all for being here who do support me. I do have music on iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon. If you all still want to support me, it's a choice. It's not like you have to, but it's your choice. Okay? So I have music out there. If you want to support me via those outlets, you can. Okay. If you want to, you can come and see me when I'm here on YouTube. Nicole Tyler, subscribe. I have many other videos where I don't look crazy, where you can come and support me and see my videos. And also leave me comments. A lot of you all send me a lot of comments. I love it. And I want to thank all those people who were praying for me, sending me all these emails and praying for me. I'm fine, y'all. But the ancestors, angels told me no. They said, no, you better than that. You need to be talking to the congressmen of your area. You got things you got to do. You can't be up there keep on worried about cussing people out just for a $5 super chat. Okay, you got money in your bank. You don't need you. Look here, we don't need you looking like a fool. Keep looking like a fool all the damn time. Okay, because I look like a fool all the time. Okay, and I'm aware of that. All right, all right, y'all. I love y'all. I'm getting ready to head out. I am your girl, Miss Nicole Tyler, aka Sexy Queen the Ruler. Y'all stop by to see me. If y'all don't see me, send me some comments and some emails. Okay? And let me know y'all still love Miss Nicole Tyler. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Do y'all homework on educating yourselves with all the things, atrocities that's going on in America. If you want to write to your Congress, the Supreme Court, and do it. Okay? Whatever you are for. Definitely for reparations. Okay? If you all want me to come to y'all states and meet me here, we're having a rally. Nicole, we can use your presence. I will come. I've always said that in the past. But I was saying for singing purposes. And I'm not a great singer. Okay? But I will come. I will hold a sign, whatever. Okay? All right, y'all. I love y'all. Mwah, mwah.